we have the latest twist in a religiously charged affair in Pakistan. A Muslim cleric has allegedly tampered with evidence to frame a Christian girl. Khalid Chisti is accused of desecrating a Quran. He appeared in court today with a white blindfold covering his eyes and shackles around his hands. Chisti was surrounded by a large contingent of police as he was ushered into the courtroom. Now, this is all in relation to a case where a Christian girl is on trial for blasphemy. She allegedly burned pages of the Quran. Now, on Saturday, a member of the mosque where the cleric worked said the imam placed torn pages of the Quran in the girl's bag. Let's bring in Cindy Palm now, our reporter who is in the Toronto newsroom, with more on this story. And Cindy, what can you tell us?
And Brian, this member of the mosque you're talking about, according to police, is the one who said Chisti did this to get rid of Christians. Now, the accused, while he was in court, said this was a complete fabrication and he denied his guilt. We know that right now he is in jail for a 14-day judicial remand. But this case has really put the spotlight on Pakistan's anti-blasphemy laws, which are quite severe. You can get life in prison or even death. Even if you're found innocent in courts, many angered people, members of the public, could take their anger out in the streets. But the reason why this case has attracted so much international attention is because of the facts surrounding this girl. We know that she's about 14 and she's believed to have a mental disability, meaning in her mind, she's actually younger than 14. A lawyer for the girl has said that the legal team is working to try to figure out what their next move could be. They're optimistic that she will be released. We know that her bail hearing is on Monday. And I can tell you as well that this case has triggered a mass exodus of Christians from the neighborhood where she's from because they are fearful of retribution for Muslims. In fact, some Muslims from this neighborhood have even come out to say that they believe she is guilty and that the cleric should be found to be innocent. And some have even said, Brian, that if he is not found innocent, there will be unrest on the streets.
Well, certainly this story has garnered massive headlines across the world, primarily because of the situation with the young girl. But now that this element of the imam allegedly planting the Quran pages into her bag has really put Pakistan's anti-blasphemy law under the spotlight, Cindy.
It has, Brian, and it's been basically criticized by many international human rights activists. I'll give you two cases, for example, of recent action because of those speaking out because of these anti-blasphemy laws. In January of 2011, the governor of Punjab province was in fact assassinated by his bodyguard for suggesting a reform to this law. And then 2 months later, a government minister, a Christian one, was also killed by the Taliban for wanting change. Interestingly enough, though, Brian, the legal team for this girl says that they don't actually have a problem with this law. What they have a problem with is the misuse and abuse of it. Brian.
Thank you for this, Cindy.
You're welcome.
That's Cindy Palm reporting from our Toronto newsroom.